Many people believe peace exists somewhere else, on a vacation far away, on the weekend once responsibilities pause, or someday in the future when life finally slows down. So ordinary life becomes something to endure, something to rush through, a waiting room for a better moment that hasn't arrived yet. But notice how this belief quietly shapes the mind. Each task becomes an obstacle. Each day becomes something to get through rather than live. In Buddhist wisdom, this is not freedom. It is postponement. The Buddha once said that suffering is born when we resist what is present, not because life is harsh, but because we are never fully here for it. What if peace is not hiding in the moments you are chasing, but in the moments you are trying to escape? What if the very parts of life you rush past are the ones quietly offering healing? Autopilot living has become the default state of modern life. We eat while distracted, walk while thinking ahead, complete tasks without ever arriving in them. At first, this feels efficient, but over time, it creates a subtle exhaustion that rest alone cannot fix. When the mind is always elsewhere, the body is never allowed to settle. This constant mental motion produces low-grade anxiety, a feeling of tension without a clear cause. In Buddhism, this state is known as restlessness, not dramatic suffering, but quiet unrest that slowly drains clarity and peace. The Buddha once said that a scattered mind cannot know calm, because calm is not something added, it is what remains when movement stops. When we rush through routine moments, we lose touch with ourselves, not suddenly, but gradually. The cost is paid in attention, in presence, in the ability to feel grounded in our own lives. And without noticing, we forget how to simply be. We often believe we rush because we are ambitious, because we have goals, because time is limited. But beneath the surface, something quieter is usually at work. For many people, productivity is not just about achievement. It is a way to stay emotionally occupied. When the mind is busy, it does not have to feel. When the schedule is full, there is no space to listen inward. Silence can be uncomfortable. Stillness can feel exposing. In quiet moments, unresolved emotions rise: fear, doubt, loneliness. So we keep moving. In Buddhist understanding, this constant doing is not strength, it is avoidance. The Buddha once observed that the untrained mind seeks distraction to escape itself, not because the self is dangerous, but because it has not been understood. Busyness often hides fear, not ambition. Fear of what we might notice if we slow down. Fear of what remains when the noise stops. And yet, it is only in stillness that clarity begins. In Buddhism, no task is considered spiritually inferior. There is no separation between meditation and daily life, only a difference in attention. When you wash the dishes, the practice is not to escape the task. It is to enter it fully. Feel the warmth of the water. Notice the movement of your hands. Hear the soft sound of each action unfolding. The task itself does not change, but your relationship to it does. Instead of rushing toward completion, you remain with the moment. Instead of treating the chore as a burden, you allow it to ground you. Cleaning a room becomes an act of care. Tidying a space becomes a gesture of respect for the present moment. Simple tasks become quiet rituals of awareness. The Buddha once taught that liberation is found not by rejecting ordinary life, but by seeing it clearly. When awareness enters an action, the action becomes meaningful. Nothing needs to be added. Nothing needs to be improved. Only presence is required. The mind easily drifts into the past or the future. The body does not. This is why Buddhist mindfulness often begins with physical awareness. When attention returns to the body, the mind naturally settles. While washing your hands, notice the temperature of the water, not to judge it, only to feel it. When lifting an object, sense its weight. When cleaning, observe the movement of your arms and the rhythm of your breath. These sensations anchor you to what is real and immediate. Walking can become a meditation as well. Feel each step as it meets the ground. Heel, sole, toes. There is nowhere else to go, nothing else to reach. By placing attention on the senses, the mind is gently brought out of abstraction. Thoughts slow not by force, but by lack of fuel. The Buddha taught that calm arises when attention rests on what is directly experienced, not because sensations are special, but because they are happening now. Through the body, presence becomes effortless. Many people resist slowing down because they fear losing momentum, falling behind, missing out. In a world that praises speed, slowness is often mistaken for laziness. But Buddhist mindfulness does not ask you to do less. It asks you to do what you are doing, fully. Slowing down does not mean stopping progress. It means removing unnecessary tension from action. When attention is present, the mind becomes clearer. Decisions become simpler. Energy is no longer scattered across 10 places at once. Ironically, mindful action often leads to better results. Not because you rush, but because you waste less effort. The Buddha once taught that strain and indulgence both lead to imbalance. The middle way is neither forcing nor collapsing. Presence increases efficiency without violence to the mind. You move at a natural pace. You complete tasks without inner resistance. And progress happens quietly, steadily, without exhaustion. When the mind stops racing, life stops feeling like a chase. Over time, productivity can become more than a habit. It can become an identity. We begin to measure our value by how much we complete, how busy we appear, how efficient we are. But this identity is fragile. When output slows, self-worth trembles. In Buddhist wisdom, this is a form of attachment, clinging to action as proof of existence. The Buddha once taught that suffering arises when we confuse who we are with what we do. Letting go of constant optimization does not mean losing purpose. It means releasing the belief that you must always be improving to be enough. There is deep peace in completion, in finishing a task with full attention and then allowing it to end. No accumulation, no need to rush toward the next achievement. Freedom arises when enough is felt internally, not earned externally. When self-worth is no longer tied to output, rest becomes natural. Action becomes lighter, and life regains a quiet sense of balance. Mindfulness is often misunderstood as a technique, something to practice in special moments. But in Buddhism, mindfulness is a relationship with life itself. It is how you meet each moment, not something you add on top of it. You do not need dramatic changes. You do not need long retreats or perfect routines. What matters is consistency, not intensity. A single breath noticed, one step felt, one task completed with awareness. Over time, these small moments accumulate, not as achievements, but as stability. Life itself becomes the teacher. Each interaction, each routine, each pause becomes an invitation to return. Presence does not require extra time, only attention. When mindfulness becomes woven into daily life, stress loosens its grip, emotions pass more freely, joy becomes quieter but more reliable. The Buddha once taught that awakening is not found by escaping the world, but by seeing it clearly. And clarity grows naturally when awareness is practiced again and again in the middle of ordinary life. Life does not need to be escaped, and it does not need to be fixed. In Buddhist wisdom, peace is not something you arrive at later, after everything is completed. It is something you touch when you stop resisting the moment you are in. The ordinary moments of your day are already whole. Breathing, walking, cleaning, listening. Nothing is missing from them, except our attention. You don't need to change your life today, only how you meet it. As you return to your routine, allow one small action to become a practice, one task done with awareness, one moment fully lived. If this reflection resonated with you, I invite you to sit with it and share your thoughts in the comments. And if you wish to continue exploring calm, clarity, and mindful living through Buddhist wisdom, you are warmly invited to subscribe. Peace does not wait at the end of the day. It lives quietly inside the moments you stop rushing through.